So first of the longer web questions in here, we've got a fox charity that would like a website to increase public knowledge of foxes. And the following content is required. So we've got this box that's like a sort of statement about the website, and we have to identify one functional requirement. I'm just going to switch to highlighter here. So the website will have pages about different types of foxes where users can view pictures and they can listen to the sounds made by each fox. And also the charity needs to be able to, the logo for the charity needs to be visible at the top of each page. Now, each of these are things that I could turn into functional requirements. So the one that I've chosen is the website must be able to play the sounds of foxes. But I could also have the website must be able to show pictures of foxes. Or images of ... And then I could have something like the website needs to have a logo at the top of each page. So I'm taking these from things that people want to see, that the charity wants to see, or that users want to see, and I'm turning it into something that's a bit more technical and saying the website must be able to do this thing, whatever that is. And then underneath that we've got all the sounds using the website are stored in a folder called media in the following locations. So you get media and you can see this folder here. Now this is a bit like a question that you had in the prelim that tripped a lot of people up. So hopefully we would have got the idea that it's audio. So that's easy, and that was a mark. But this part here, we've got media and then / red fox cry. Now, where am I getting this from? Red fox cry. That's my file name. The reason that I know it's in this media folder is if I look for where my HTML is, because it says when the button is pressed on the red fox web page. So if I get a different coloured pen, so the red fox web page, that's this. So this isn't in the media folder. The media folder is here. So I need to have media, that's my folder, / whatever the file name was, red fox cry, because I'm using different folders here. There was one in the 2022 paper that had an image, and it was img src equals, and it had like an image gallery. So it's a similar sort of question, but you need to get this idea that we're using things that are in a folder. It's not really something that you've had to do for like your assignment or for practice assignments, but it's something that has come up a few times in the exam. So upon testing, the sounds were found to take too long to download. Describe how the file size could be reduced without altering the length. So in other words, if it was 30 seconds originally, we still need it to be 30 seconds. We can't just make the file smaller by making it a shorter clip. Ordinarily, there's two things that I could do here. I could reduce the sample rate, because that's going to effectively reduce the quality of the file, but it'll make it smaller, and it means we get download it quicker. I've highlighted here the fact that they're MP3 files, and we know that from the previous page. So I couldn't say compression, or I couldn't say it on its own anyway, because the MP3 is already compressed. Now, if I'd said something like you could compress it more, you could increase the compression, might get away with that. But it's not enough just to say you would compress it, because it's an MP3 file, so it's already in a compressed format. If it was WAV, then WAV is not compressed. So you could compress that. When the cursor moves over the image, it changes from a picture of one of a fox sitting down to one of a fox lying down. So the language is always JavaScript. The event is on mouse over. So when the mouse hovers over something, that's on mouse over. And that should be a kind of straightforward factual thing that you need to know. The only other JavaScript event you know is on mouse out. And then last bit of this question, we've got HTML and CSS for a contact us page for the website. So I've got my HTML file and I've got a CSS file. And just to make life a little bit easier for myself, I've already went through this and divided up each of these divs in a separate colour, just to help me kind of see where one starts and stops. If I look over at the next page, it says, draw how the web page will look when viewed in a browser. Some of the content has already been added. So we've already got a logo, we've got a link, got a paragraph, and we've got this numbered list at the bottom. So let's look back at the code. So we can see we've already got the logo. So that's fine. That's there. I don't need to do that. And the link, that was there as well. This bit was not here. So H1, style, text align, center. So we're going to have this centered heading. So after the link, I've got centered heading. And that's the first part that I've added. Now you can see that there's 3 marks for the question, so I'm probably going to have to add 3 things. Then underneath we've got a new div, and this one doesn't have any ID or class associated with it. So if I look there, div, what's going to apply there is this rule for divs generally. I've got paragraph, and that's all that's in that one. And if I look across, then we've got that paragraph anyway. What else am I missing? I've got contact us. So this is a paragraph, but this one is inside the first div with title section. So this is going to get a bit messy. I'm going to change colours a lot. So contact us, that's within this bit that says title section. And title section over here is aligned right. So that means that this contact us is going to be right aligned. The other thing that applies in there actually is background colour yellow, but we're not kind of being expected to colour this in. That would show up like a box around where the div was. And then we've got this one that doesn't need any changes, this green one, and then the yellow one, got another div, which again doesn't have any special rules associated with it, so it's just going to be this main div rule that would apply things that are aligned left. And we've got H1 methods. Now if I look at the rule for H1, that's text align right, so this is also going to be right aligned. And there we go, I've added the 3 things to the page. Like I say, the colour didn't really matter there for the div, or at least there wasn't a mark for it in the marking scheme, but the background of the whole page is violet, and the background of that section would be yellow. I can't see how you're going to lose a mark for it, but there wasn't specifically a mark for you trying to colour that in or to show the box or anything like that.